Okay, so let's set the scene. It's 9 p.m. in some IT office. Amit, he's 26 years old, and he's been at his desk since 9 in the morning. He's staring at an Excel sheet, but what he's really seeing is his phone, watching a travel blogger climb these incredible mountains. Now, on paper, Amit has it all. Good job, a 12 lakh salary, proud parents. But inside, there's just this gnawing emptiness, a feeling that he's completely and utterly trapped. And here's the thing. Amit's story? It's the story of millions. This feeling, this death of our dreams, it's like a silent epidemic. You see it everywhere, right? It's the person just mindlessly playing Candy Crush on the metro, or the one stuck in traffic, listening to the same songs, just waiting, praying for Friday, only for Monday to come crashing back in. It's this numbness that just quietly swallows entire lives. And look, this isn't just some vague feeling. We've got the data to prove it. A massive Gallup workplace survey from just this year found that a staggering 79% of workers in South Asia are either quiet quitting or just straight up disengaged from their jobs. Let that sink in. That means nearly 8 out of every 10 people you see are going to a job every single day that their heart just isn't in. So the question isn't whether following your passion is a luxury, it's how much it's costing us, all of us, not to. So what do we always hear? Follow your passion. Amit saw all those motivational reels too. But every time he tried to look inside himself for this magical passion, he just found, well, nothing. It honestly just left him more confused. And then he started thinking, man, maybe the problem is me. Maybe I just don't have a passion. And this gets to the absolute core of the problem. You see, research from Stanford University shows that so many of us get trapped in what's called a fixed mindset. We think passion is some kind of hidden treasure, and our job is to find the map and go dig it up. But the reality, what they call a growth mindset, is that passion is way more like a plant. You have to find a seed of interest, plant it, water it, and actually grow it over time. This is exactly what the author Cal Newport talks about. He argues that follow your passion is just plain bad advice because it makes you passive. You're just sitting around waiting for lightning to strike. But the real formula? It's active. You have to explore things, develop some actual skills, get good at something. And it's the mastery, the competence that lights the fire of passion. Okay, so if the formula is that simple, explore, get good, and then find passion, why are 8 out of 10 people still feeling stuck? Well, the answer lies in the very real, very strong cages we build around ourselves. Let's go back to Amit's story. His journey into this trap started when he was just 16, when his parents decided he was going to be an engineer. That meant expensive coaching and, eventually, a 10 lakh education loan. So the first few years of his salary, gone, paying that off. Then comes the bike EMI, then the car EMI, maybe a home loan, and all of a sudden, his entire salary is spent before it even hits his bank account. This is what we call the golden cage. The lifestyle's nice, sure, but those monthly payments, those are the bars. And it's not just financial. The cage is reinforced by these invisible walls. First, there's the fear of failure. Take Neha, a 34-year-old mom who dreamed of being a chef. She made a cake for a neighbor once, but her first paid order was a total disaster. The customer complained, her husband criticized her, and she almost gave up on her dream right then and there. Then there's just a lack of exposure. Most of us can only name, 10 or 15 career paths out of over 12,000 that actually exist? And of course, you've got social pressure, FOMO, and those parental expectations that set our path before we even know who we are. But what if there was a practical, step-by-step way to actually dismantle this cage? Well, there is. It's called the 3E formula, and it's a systematic plan to find your way out. The 3 E's are super simple: explore, engage, and excel. Now, this isn't about just wishful thinking. This is a real toolkit for taking action. Let's break down exactly how these work. So, the whole goal of that second step, engage, is to find things that put you in a flow state. You know this feeling. It's when you're so absorbed in what you're doing that time just melts away. You forget to eat, you don't check your phone, you are just completely in the zone. Finding activities that give you that feeling of flow is probably the single best sign that you're on the right track to growing a real passion. I know what you're thinking. Learning a new skill to get to that point sounds exhausting, right? It feels like it would take years, but it doesn't have to. To really explore and engage with new things, you can use what author Josh Kaufman calls the 20-hour rule. He found it takes just 20 hours of focused practice to get pretty darn good at something new. That's it. That's just 45 minutes a day for about a month. Suddenly, trying something new doesn't seem so impossible, does it? And this brings us to the final step, excel, which is powered by one crucial quality, grit. Researcher Angela Duckworth defines this as the perfect mix of passion and perseverance. It's what keeps you showing up when things get hard or boring. And it's not about being the most talented. It's about your ability to stick with something for the long haul. And just like passion, grit isn't something you're just born with. It's a skill you can build. Okay, so let's tie this all together because the 3E formula isn't just about finding a little side hustle to make some extra cash. No, it's a practical method for building a life of real purpose. In Japan, they have this beautiful concept called ikigai. It's basically your reason for being, the thing that makes you actually want to get out of bed in the morning. And it's found right in the middle of these 4 circles: what you love, what you're good at, what the world actually needs, and what you can get paid for. When you find something that checks all 4 of those boxes, you've found your ikigai. But here it is, the most important lesson of all. You don't find your ikigai by just staring at this diagram and trying to think your way through it. You build it. You build it by using that 3E formula, by exploring, by engaging until you find that flow state, and by excelling until you develop real grit. Neha didn't know baking was her ikigai on day 1. She built it one cake at a time. So now you have a practical plan. The path is actually pretty clear, but I can almost hear it already. The mental barriers, the excuses, they're already popping up, aren't they? So let's tackle them head on. No, seriously, what's the first yeah but that comes to your mind when you think about trying something new? Let's talk about the big ones right now. You think you're too old? The global average age for a career change is 39. Neha started at 34, and her only regret is that she didn't start at 24. Worried about your parents? Don't ask for permission, show them results. The moment Amit made his first $47 sale, you know what his mom asked? Is that in dollars? After that, the question stopped. And the big one, I have no money. Exploring is free. Neha started with the oven she already had in her kitchen. You can start with almost nothing. And get this, here is something truly wild. Research from San Francisco University found that having a creative side project doesn't hurt your main job. It actually makes you better at it. Your creativity shoots up, your problem-solving skills get sharper, and you're way less likely to burn out. This isn't an either-or situation. Pursuing your passion can make you better at literally everything you do. That voice inside you, the one that keeps whispering that there has to be more to life than this, please, don't ignore it. About 85% of people do. But you've listened this far, which tells me that restlessness, that spark, is still alive in you. So tonight, before you go to sleep, just take one small step. Spend 45 minutes, that's it, one block of time, exploring something, anything that sparks even a tiny flicker of interest. Remember, 20 hours is all it takes to see if it's for you. Your journey out of the trap can start right now. So, what will you choose to explore?